Jermaine Paul.
You know him as the Season 2 winner of The Voice, but it hasn't been easy for Jermaine Paul to make his way to the top.
I started singing at the tender age of 5 years old.
We were living in Spring Valley when my children began to evolve, stair steps, and I thought that being that the environment wasn't the best for them, I would create something in the home for them. So I got instruments for them, and we started a gospel group.
We always basically put on a show for my aunts and uncles and whoever came over to the house. And when we didn't have company, we just practiced.
The Paul Family Faith Lock wouldn't be Jermaine Paul's only group.
When I was 16 years old, my brother Charles went off to college, and he met a gentleman by the name of Jaffe Tejeda, a singer-songwriter. They both were 18 at the time. I was 16. We started singing together. My brother Jaffe, myself, and another gentleman by the name of Danny Martinez, and we went by the name One Accord.
One Accord got a record deal in 1996 with Rodney Jerkins of Dark Child Productions, and later got signed to Twism Records with Shaquille O'Neal. Jermaine Paul made the decision to leave college freshman year to pursue music.
Our first official release was on the Booty Call soundtrack, Jamie Foxx movie. The name of the song was Don't Stop, Don't Quit.
Not only did Paul leave behind his academics freshman year, he left behind his college sweetheart.
Jermaine and I met in college at Utica College in 1996. Jermaine and I dated for 2 years before we got married and had my first son.
By the time I was 24, I had 4 children.
Big Shaq, One Accord.
One Accord had a few songs on Shaquille O'Neal's album, but unfortunately their full album with Twism Records was shelved.
We were young, fresh, married with no money, living in a house with his brothers and sisters who were all starting their own families and trying to make things work. So he got a job at Adidas, and he would go to work. He would jog to work or ride the bike to work. He would come home, get on the bus to the city, do any open mic that existed, come back home in the wee hours of the night, work downstairs in his homemade studio all night until he had to get up and do it over and over again. In doing that, eventually, he formed another group, band, that supported him, where he was the lead singer, called Focus.
Then finally, Paul got his big break to sing background for Alicia Keys.
Singing backgrounds for Alicia Keys started by me going down to R&B Live in the city, and one night she was hosting it, and she asked for a dude to come up and sing, and I got up and I sang, and my band, everybody was going crazy. It was awesome. And a couple weeks later, I got a call from her manager, Jeff Robinson, and history happened.
Paul sang backgrounds and opened up for Alicia Keys for almost 10 years. He was nominated for 2 Grammys for a duet with Alicia Keys on Diary, and also for one with her on If This World Were Mine. Then it was time to go solo. Paul originally auditioned for American Idol.
They told him no, and it broke his heart, and he was completely against voice singing competitions.
What was American Idol's loss was The Voice's gain.
When The Voice came out, season 1, my daughters and I loved to watch the show. We weren't allowed to really watch voice singing competitions when Jermaine was home, so he was on the road and we got to sneak and watch him. We got into it, and my daughter Aurelia told Jermaine, "Daddy, you should try out for this show," and she made him sign up.
Winning The Voice was, in so many ways, validation, not necessarily for my talent, but for my faith.
Paul has a new album, his first official album, slated to come out this year, titled Make Love, Save the World.
It's what I consider R&B to be.
Jermaine Paul also continues to sing with his family, the Paul Family Faith Lock, and his recently formed choir, the Newburgh International Choir, which he plans to travel abroad and record with in the future.
I'm going to do everything like I do everything, and that's big.